My mother, who banned me from family events for being a disappointment, didn't know I graduated from Harvard Law until my aunt brought my diploma to Thanksgiving dinner. My mother decided I was the family failure when I dropped out of nursing school at 19. Not disappointed, she actually used the word failure. Told me I'd wasted her genetics, her time, her money on raising someone who couldn't even finish a basic degree. She called my aunts, uncles, cousins, explained that I was too embarrassing to have at family gatherings anymore. Said seeing me would just remind everyone of wasted potential. Literally uninvited me from Christmas that year via text message. Don't come. Your presence would ruin the mood for people who actually achieved something. I was living in my car at the time, working double shifts at a warehouse, trying to figure out my next move. She didn't know and didn't care to ask. My Aunt Kathy found me crying in a grocery store parking lot that Christmas Eve. Took me home, fed me, let me sleep in her guest room. Never told my mother. She helped me apply to community college, co-signed my apartment lease, showed up when I had no one. I studied paralegal courses during the day, worked at a law firm at night filing papers. The lawyers started noticing I understood the cases better than some first-year associates. One partner offered to write me a recommendation letter if I applied to law school. Took the LSAT 4 times before getting a score high enough for decent schools. My aunt drove me to every test. Applied to 14 law schools with fee waivers, got into Harvard. My mother was telling everyone I was probably homeless or in jail. She'd created an entire narrative about my failure, used me as a cautionary tale at family dinners about what happens when children don't listen to their parents. 3 years of law school without a word to my mother. Graduated magna cum laude, law review editor, job offer from a federal judge for a prestigious clerkship. My Aunt Kathy sat front row at graduation, cried harder than anyone. My mother was posting on social media about successful mothers raising successful children, meaning my brother who managed a phone store. She'd comment on family photos about being blessed with one good child, implying she had only one child total. Relatives stopped asking about me. If someone mentioned my name, she'd say, "We don't discuss that," like I died or committed murder. I passed the bar exam on my first try. Started working for the Justice Department. Argued my first federal case at 28. Won. My aunt kept a scrapbook of every achievement. Last Thursday was Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. I hadn't been to a family gathering in 9 years. Aunt Kathy convinced me to let her handle something special. I trusted her completely. The whole family gathered, 37 people, my mother holding court about my brother's promotion to district manager. She was mid-story about how she'd raised him with values and direction when Aunt Kathy stood up, said she had an announcement. My mother looked annoyed at being interrupted. Kathy pulled out a folder, started pulling out documents. My law degree, my bar certification, letters of recommendation from federal judges, an article about my latest case from the Washington Post. She laid them out on the dining table like playing cards while everyone went silent. "Since some people seem unaware," Kathy said, looking directly at my mother, "your daughter graduated from Harvard Law. She's a federal prosecutor." My mother's face went through 17 different expressions. She grabbed the diploma, checking if it was real. Started stammering about misunderstandings and communication issues. My uncle asked how long I'd been a lawyer. Kathy answered for me. Said 4 years. 4 years of my mother not knowing anything about my life. My grandmother asked my mother how she could not know her own daughter was at Harvard. My mother tried to say I'd hidden it from her. Kathy pulled out her phone, showed text messages of my mother saying she didn't care what I was doing, that I was dead to her, that mentioning my name was forbidden. My cousin asked why my mother had been saying I was a failure all these years. The room turned into chaos. Relatives demanding explanations. My grandmother crying about missed years. My brother admitting he'd known but was told not to say anything. My mother tried to hug me, saying we could start fresh. I stepped back. Told her she was right about one thing. I was a disappointment. Kathy drove me to Thanksgiving that day. She also drove me home. But my mother found out my address from my brother, showed up the next day and said, "We need to discuss my monthly fund." I stand in my doorway staring at my mother on the doorstep, her words hanging in the air like poison. My hands grip the doorframe to keep steady, and I tell her I'm not discussing anything tonight, my voice surprisingly calm despite the crash hitting me. She starts to push past me into the apartment, but I step into the doorway blocking her, repeating that she needs to leave. My mother's face shifts through confusion, then anger, then this calculated sweetness as she tries different approaches to get inside. She says we're both adults and can talk about this reasonably, that she just needs a few minutes to explain her situation.